Hi Kieran, initial reflections on that game, then a disappointing result, can you say?
Yeah, really annoyed about the result. We wanted to give ourselves and the supporters a better day today. We need to do better. That's my overriding feeling. Every one of us, me first, we need to do better. In terms of the game, I think we started quite brightly and we conceded a goal that you can't concede if you want to be a successful championship team. Really soft goal. We don't defend the goal kick well enough. We don't defend the first real ball into our box. So if we don't defend and are stronger in those situations, then we won't be successful this year. That's clear. And the group, we need to really face up to that. After that, we had lots of play. There was some good intent in the first half. Some good passages. We created some chances, but not as much as what we would have liked, and as much as we certainly, I think, should have got. Certainly one goal back. I think at the moment our attacking play is not cohesive enough. The connections on the pitch aren't strong enough. They need to be built. The balance of the forward and team probably isn't quite right. And we need to build those connections, find the right balance, find a way to be a consistent threat, find the belief that when things go against us, if we stick to doing the right things enough, that we'll create more chances than if we don't. So we created some pressure and some chances, but we didn't create enough play or work the goalkeeper enough.
In a sense, you're frustrated about the build-up to the penalty and the decision itself. Is it one that you thought was the right call?
I'm more frustrated at ourselves, and I think it looks a little bit 6-1.5, it does nearly over a little bit, but I'm more frustrated at our part of it. We didn't defend the goal kick well enough. We got our positioning wrong, so that the left wing back gets a clear run down our wing, and then we weren't strong enough in the box and we knew what was coming. So we should deal with the situation. I say after that there's a tussle in the box and looks like the striker sort of he's kicked through Greaves' legs and maybe bought it pretty well, but I'm more annoyed at our part of it.
Lots of territory, good play at times, as you mentioned, in terms of that kind of final bit to create lots of clear-cut chances. Is it something that takes time? Is it something that you think needs to change in what you're doing? How do you see it?
So it's a culmination of everything. I think it's the balance of the front unit being right, which maybe in certain areas maybe not quite right at the moment. We definitely have we've on our right hand side we've got an unfamiliar sort of pairing over there at the moment, so we need to get everyone in the right slots, get the balance of our front unit right. It's time to work on connections, to be honest, and it's really, I know no one wants to hear anything about time, and we're not going to have much grace with time, but a number of games that Ben Johnson, Jack Clark played together on the right hand side, pretty small. Sam Smollick's linking with that unit, very, very few. Leaf and Jaden, very, very few. Teals and Azor, very, very few. We've got new connections all over the pitch, and that's hard work, working on how we're going to be dangerous, how the players can complement each other, how we can create the chances that we want to do. I believe that we can do it. We've done it before, and I believe that we can do it again, but I also know that we're not going to have the grace of too much time, because there's expectation on us this year, and we want the expectation to be honest, so we need to produce quickly, better than we did today.
Casey McKenna signed yesterday, got some minutes today. What can you tell us about what he's happening?
I think he's a good profile for us as a club, in terms of he's young, 23, really good age, had some good experiences already in the top end of the Championship and the Premier League. A lot of growth still in him. I think he's was physically a late developer, so he's already got good strength for speed and power, but I think he's going to get stronger and more powerful, and he's already capable of delivering really good outputs from a physical point of view. Of course, his profiles on the right hand side is something that we're a little bit shorter of at the moment, in terms of straight line speed, physical threat, box threat, defending set plays, attacking set plays, attacking aerial balls. He's with Wes being injured, Chio being still very much on the comeback, we're a little bit shorter on those qualities than what we like to be, so he brings that profile in the group, good energy to the group, good lad, and room still to grow, so we're looking forward to working with him, and hopefully he'll have a big part to play this year and years ahead.
Last one from me, it's a big week of the 3 week leading up to the derby, also the last week of the last full week rather of the transfer window. I assume it's going to be a big one in terms of what you want to do for recruitment.
Yeah, I think so. Look, it's not. I can't really put my head to the recruitment side at the moment because I'm frustrated that we've not delivered better as a group with what we have here. I know the reasons for that, but it's not about making excuses. It's about putting more demand. I don't know if we can put more demand, but keeping the demand strong on ourselves that we need to produce better. Yeah, there's some pieces to the squad that we'd like to add to really be as complete and as strong as what we'd like to be. And hopefully we can make some progress on that this week. And we've got to make sure the numbers are right and deep enough that we have the cover, but not too deep that people are going to feel detached from what's going on the pitch. So we've got to get all that right over the next week, or 9 or 10 days or whatever there is left. But my overriding thoughts at the moment is, the group that's here, how we push to get the most out of ourselves. Thank you.
It's almost kind of go back to fairly early in your kind of town management, really, that you're sort of putting another team together, really. We're looking at the team of 18 months ago. I think Leaf was the only player that started in that game. So it is kind of almost rebuilding again, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the reality of it, and I said that's come around pretty quick. But I think, the cycle of a team goes a lot quicker when you have the journey that we have. If you stay in the same division, maybe one promotion, and you keep your game together maybe for 3, 4, 5, 6 years sometimes at times. But the scale of what we went through meant that cycle of that team that done terrific and that we all loved being a part of came around quicker than what we would have wanted for a lot of different reasons. So, well, not that we would have wanted, because part of it is the success of the club. That's the reality. So the situation is what it is. We have a new team to build. We're not where we want to be yet with the team. The situation, the expectation on us is different again, and I understand, and we expect that. But the reality is, it is a new group, and a group that haven't been together that long, that haven't played together, certainly in terms of starting matches very much. The reality is, haven't won together very much either, because the players, if we're talking about who joined us last year, trying to compete in the toughest league in the world at a brand new club at the first time being at that level, really, for nearly everyone. So there's a lot of work to do, and we know that we're going to be trying to do that work under a fair bit of expectation, but that's the reality, and that's what we have to step up to. We have to bring this team together, produce a team that we can be proud of, that we can be successful with, and we need to do it as quickly as humanly possible.